It's very slippy. Listen to this, guys. I thought this was a big, solid iron
It's more like
iron
a
door.
tin or something.
Back on a very, very cold day. We're here in Longford and we've a very interesting mausoleum here and a very interesting lady. But we're going to take a walk around first, read some headstones, and then I'll bring you closer to the mausoleum and tell you a little bit about her life. Right, so this is St. Paul's Church of Ireland in Newtown, Forbes. So we're going to take, I think we'll go to the left, and I'll tell you a little bit about this woman, very beautiful woman from a very wealthy background, finances and thoroughbred horses as well. Connections to America, in New York, and then all the way back here to Ireland. So as you can see, a lot of the headstones here are full of that lichen or lichen, as we call it here in Ireland. But I'm going to bring you just down here into the little wooded area because we have some beautiful headstones down here. So the church, unfortunately, is closed, and we do seem to find that with a lot of the Church of Ireland's, they're always locked up unless there's service. We have a little headstone here. I think this is it 1712 or 1912? I'm not quite sure. I think it's 1712, is it? Looks like Anne. Not really sure of the rest of it. Another beautiful monument there. I see August 1809 they're aged. I think that's 79. Sacred to the memory of John Beatty. Yeah, and I think it is 1809 just there. But this is all in like a little wooded area part, and I always love these ones. They're kind of hidden at the very back of the church. Here lies the body of, it looks like, is it Anne maybe again? Very hard to read it, unfortunately. We've a lot of tombs actually here, quite overgrown with ivy. We've more just along in here as well. And when I say it's cold, it's Baltic. Look at that. Whoops, as I nearly fall down into a hole. This one has been eaten by the tree itself. Look at that. Has some beautiful designs on it. Merciful to the, and then it looks like, I think it's Esther. 1804, age 70. Beautiful designs on it. But look at that tree, that's crazy. Completely engulfed. And then we've more of these tombs. I bet you not fall down a hole. Look at this tomb here on the ground. This is gorgeous. Some beautiful designs on this. Wow, what are they? Are they horses or are they? It's like a crown there. I'd say it's a horse, is it? It's quite unusual. Yeah, real long and skinny. Wonder is there anything we can read here? To the body of something Cranford departed this life. 1780, I think it's 1780. Looks like and Captain. Let me see if I move around a bit. And see, the captain is wrote there. But then everything else is something Scotland there, look. Yeah. And his son. But I don't see a surname there. That is amazing. The headstone is cool. Or tombstone, I suppose it is. I hope you can see that. It's obviously a coat of arms. I see Cranford alright. William Cranford, is it?
Yeah. William Cranford.
Departed.
September, is it? 23rd.
1780 there. But unfortunately, unless we can find this on Find a Grave maybe. Something Scotland anyway. Something Nagle, his son. Wow, that is very hard to read, isn't it? And then there's Esquire there as well. September then as well down at the bottom, but that's hardly anything to do with it. Here's the body of James Cranford. William, Susanna, something, William, children to William Cranford of Monaghan, is it?
Monaghan.
Maybe, who erected this stone in 1766. So it's obviously Cranford, and they're obviously some sort of relation there. But that headstone is fantastic. So let's get off this really wet grass here. Avoid the hole in the ground that I fell into already. Sacred to the memory of Arthur Wright, who departed this life March 18th, 1883. And this is another Wright here, William Wright, and a Sarah Jane. Obviously the Wright family, and actually I have just spotted a bone. Now I don't know what that's from. I hope it's animal rather than human. But just here on the curbing of the grave it says kneel and pray. I wonder, are these Wrights as well then? Yeah, this is Robert Wright, 1956, and his wife Charlotte, 1974, excuse me. I can't really get in to read that one, and the branch of this beautiful conifer is kind of hiding it from me. But look at those trees, they are huge. We have a little stone here as well. Not sure there's anything left on it. Oh, here lieth awaiting happy resurrection, is it?
The remains of William Francis, who died November the 6th, 1844, aged 46.
Wow, very young. Here waiting. Here lieth awaiting a happy resurrection. The remains of William Francis. Wow, I love that. Look at the colours, guys. Absolutely beautiful. We've more huge tombs, but they're completely covered. And that beautiful church then just there as well. We have some nice rails. These are gorgeous. Beautiful designs. Wow, look at these actually. We've more of these beautiful tombs. Or tomb slabs. These have nice, I bet you these are their, it'll be the family crest maybe. Wow, that one looks like it has, do you know, like the helmet. And a bird, is it up at the top? Just going to see if I can clean it a little bit. Wow, look at that. What sort of bird do you think that is? The helmet. Look at that. Now, I wonder could we read this part maybe easier than the tomb itself. Here lieth the body of Elizabeth MacLahil, who departed this life the 24th of April 1775 aged 58. But look at that beautiful writing the way it is. It's like scroll. So obviously that is in reference to this tomb slab. We're not going to be able to read it because there's so much water on it. It's just given it's too kind of like there's a reflection there. We've this one then as well. It says, here lieth awaiting the resurrection. The remains of Thomas MacLahil. Oh no, it's not MacLahil. MacLahil or Lahi. Very hard to pronounce that. Cole. Wow, can you pronounce that?
Where's that?
It says Thomas, and then here it's like a Mac.
Whole Hill.
No, here Mac.
MacLahil.
Yeah, it's a H.
MacLahil.
MacLahil of Cole Hill, October 1807, age 77, and this stone was erected by his brothers. Their son Alexander.
Eleanor.
So Eleanor
MacLahil.
MacLahil,
Yeah, he died in 1906,
age 54 or 64, sorry.
And
wife of Thomas MacLahil.
yeah.
Age 19, then their son Alexander, 1882, age just 19. So these, and look at this one then, this is a different crest, I believe. Slightly different. We still have the helmet.
1820s on this.
But look at this, we've got the three hands, look. Can you see that? Three hands there. Wow. That is gorgeous. And it's just pity it's so wet. Because it's, as I say, given a reflection of it, and it's very hard to read. The remains of
Margaret, is it?
Margaret, yeah, and they're all this MacLahil or MacLahil, hard to pronounce
this
it.
life, October
1820.
So it's probably
It's their family crest,
so
but they're all
Scottish background.
yeah, they're all related. They're all the MacLahils.
MacLahil.
MacLahil, I can't even say
MacLahil.
it. MacLahil.
MacLahil. I think.
It's very hard, you'll have to forgive us. It's hard to read it. I have never heard of that surname, but it's definitely Irish, maybe Scottish. So I'm sure anyone that wants to comment the pronunciation of the name, absolutely do. But they are absolutely stunning. And then we had the one way over there, and if I find any information I'll certainly put it up. So we have more graves here. And the mausoleum then is just basically around the corner. Beautiful rails on this one. Look at it, it's a shame because they're all broke on one side there. We have one right down here all on its own. I'm going to brave the wet grass. Loving memory of James Martin, who died March 1895, aged 28, and his wife Isabella Sarah, 1934, age 63, and her second husband, Arthur Henry Pierce. Oh, guys, you have to see this. So let's just read it from the start. So it's in loving memory of James Martin, who died 7th March 1895, age 28. Also his wife, Isabella Sarah, 16th of October 1934, age 63. And her second husband, Arthur Henry Pierce, 1927, age 56, and it actually says interred
Most likely
in this grave.
So they're not sure.
So they're not sure, but it does look like Isabella has both husbands, James and Arthur, here. And actually, both her husbands passed before her, because Isabella died in 1934.
So James is buried here, and his wife Isabella,
And her second
husband.
Arthur, yeah. But she died after both husbands. 1934. Her second husband died in 1927.
Most likely in this grave.
So that is strange because
You think they'd have the record?
her first husband would have went in here. Does that mean she buried her second husband in here and then she passed and was buried here? Very, very strange. Very, very strange. But that's going to bring us... Wow, look at these as well, guys. I love a good rail, as you know. I love a good rail. That is gorgeous. And we have the side of St. Paul's Church. Those windows are stunning. But just here, we have the mausoleum. Now, this mausoleum is quite modern. You're talking 1972, I believe. And it's for Jane Beatrice Forbes. And she was Countess of Granard. And she actually was born in 1883 and she died, as I said, 30th of January 1972. Now, she was an American-born heiress, social leader and thoroughbred horse racer. Look at this. Beautiful. Now, she was actually born in Newport in Rhode Island to some of the most prominent and wealthy American families. She was the daughter of the American financier Ogden Mills and Ruth Mills. She was actually a twin then to Gladys Mills. Parental grandparents were Jane Templeton Cunningham and Darius Ogden Mills, a highly successful banker and investor, worth over 36 million at his death. So Beatrice Mills was raised around horses at the family's Livingston Mansion in New York. Her father owned thoroughbred racehorses in the United States and in France in partnership with Edward, Earl of Derby. Beatrice's sister Gladys and her brother Ogden would establish Wheatley Stable that would become one of the preeminent thoroughbred racing and breeding operations in the United States. Beatrice's husband Bernard was master of the horse, whose duties for King George included overseer of the royal stables and stud. So very, very interesting. In 1929, Beatrice's father died. As part of her inheritance, she received his stable of thoroughbreds in France. That year, she led all owners in purses earned. Wow. So in 1933, her horse Capellio won the Prix Lupin and the prestigious Grand Prix de Paris at Longchamp Racecourse in Paris, among other racing successes. So on the 14th of January 1909, she married Bernard, Earl of Granard. With her marriage, Beatrice Mills would be known as Countess and Lady Granard. Her husband's wealth was limited and she provided the funds to finish restoring the family's historic Castle Forbes here in County Longford. Their principal residence was actually at Forbes House, Halkin Street in London. Now, she was a widow for more than 23 years and Lady Granard died at her Paris residence on the 30th of January in 1972, and she was buried here at St. Paul's, Newtown Forbes, County Longford, Ireland. So what a story, guys. Jane Beatrice Forbes, Countess of Granard, and I said an American-born heiress, social leader and thoroughbred horse racer. So for any of you interested in horse racing, this was quite the lady and quite the family as well. So very, very interesting, guys. And as I said, you know, you're talking Rhode Island, Paris, and all the way back here into Longford, St. Paul's Church here in Longford. And it is actually a beautiful mausoleum. But very, very interesting. So as I said, anybody that has interest in horses, definitely a good story to know. Like we have this beautiful, I just mind because that step is very slippy. Listen to this, guys. I thought this was a big solid
Iron door. It's more like
iron
a
door.
tin or something.
All the visitors we have now at the moment are these lovely spider webs. I don't think anybody has been here for a long time. The door certainly hasn't been open because you know that would have all been disturbed. We do have a little keyhole there, but unfortunately it's locked up, and I hope she's at rest. But 1972, quite a more recent mausoleum to what we are used to, but a very interesting story and a very interesting graveyard here at St. Paul's, Church of Ireland. Right, so guys, that's it for today's adventure. Beautiful mausoleum, a very interesting story, and a beautiful little graveyard here in Longford, St. Paul's Church of Ireland. We are now going to make the long journey home, 3.5 to 4 hours. Hopefully the rain will stay away. As I said, it is absolutely freezing. But if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. It costs nothing. So click the subscribe and the little bell to notify you when I upload. I have loads of very interesting videos and history packed videos on my channel. But for now, guys, take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you all soon.